Hey, how's it going, everybody? Wanted to put this quick video together so we can reminisce about what it was like before Trump was actually elected. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, drop a like, share the video, and we'll see you real soon. Have a good one.
Here's what I think. I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck, and people slow down and look at the wreck, but they eventually move on. Donald Trump cares the banner of my party. I think it taints conservatism for generations to come. I think his campaign is opportunistic, race-baiting, religious bigotry, xenophobia. Other than that, he'd be a good nominee. And apparently some people agree with the idea that most illegal immigrants are rapists and drug dealers. I don't.
There are some people in the party who do not have the correct views. Am I a citizen?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Why?
Do you have a green card?
I do not.
If I were you, I'd be in a hurry.
Is that you worried about? Why would you say that?
If Trump wins, your days are numbered, pal.
You know what I love?
Young black liberal guys from Africa is not going to work with him.
I didn't start it with Lindsey Graham. I couldn't care less about Lindsey Graham. He's registered at, I think, 0 in the polls.
Lindsey Graham, I don't understand. I don't understand. Who is shooting and who's poisoning between Trump and Cruz?
Well, Donald is like being shot in the head.
Okay.
You might find an antidote to poisoning. I don't know, but maybe there's time.
Would you prefer a Cruz nomination over a Trump nomination?
Again, it's like being shot or poisoned. What does it really matter?
Wait, are you saying?
I'm saying my party is completely screwed up.
But then why would you nominate? Why would you nominate anyone then?
Get called all these horrible names by Lindsey Graham, who I don't even know.
If you say Donald Trump is not a Republican, why does it seem like the Republican base fits him like a glove? What's going on? Do the voters not know that this, or have you maybe given them the impression that maybe this is a party that supports xenophobia and bigotry and all of those things you listed? Is that possible?
But they're saying horrible things like, I don't even know these people, and they're saying these. Now, am I supposed to, just say, oh, it's okay for them to say, one guy, I guess it was Lindsey Graham, called me a jackass? I give up a lot, but this guy, Lindsey Graham, so he calls me a jackass this morning. I was hit by somebody unfairly. I was called names by somebody. So he was up, there's somebody that's hitting me saying what a bad guy I am, so was up in my office asking for money, and then he starts hitting me years later. Well, Lindsey Graham says to me, please, whatever you can do. It's a long story. I mean, you have to see the whole story, the way it morphed, okay? That was a whole story where he wanted to get on Fox. So I say, okay, and I'll mention your name. I'm saying to myself, what's this guy, a beggar? He's like begging me to help him with Fox and Friends, and he called me up out of the blue. I never met the guy. Then he wanted to come in for campaign contributions. He gave me his person. He said, could you mention my name? And asking if I can get him on television.
If you're president of the United States, you're going to be hit by half the country.
That's
probably not
true.
going to like you.
That's true. So am I supposed to say, oh, it's okay if I'm called a jackass? I'm called a jackass. You have to fight back. And he gave me his number. And I happen to have this crazy phone number. I wrote the number down. I don't know if it's the right number. Let's try it. 202. I don't know. Maybe it's, it's 3-4 years ago, so maybe it's an old number.
Is it presidential, though?
I think so.
Is that something, as president, when you're opposed by somebody in Congress, you would give out their personal phone number?
I think what happened here is that he did something most Americans wouldn't like, and that's to tell the whole world your private phone number. And it was my number, by the way.
Okay. He actually probably seems to me not as bright, honestly, as Rick Perry. I think Rick Perry probably is smarter than Lindsey Graham. Rick Perry from Texas, who was up in my office a few years ago, I just posted a picture of him shaking my hand, looking for money and looking for support. And he was up, people would say, I call it hypocrite. So I tweeted that Rick Perry should have to have an IQ test before getting on the debate stage. Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Well, I'm going to say this. I have respect for Senator McCain. I used to like him a lot. I supported him. I raised a lot of money for his campaign against President Obama.
You still feel like you know more about ISIS than the generals?
Well, they don't know much because they're not winning. That I can tell you. Now, I think they're not winning for a different reason. I think Obama's hurting them. Everyone's pushing our country around. We can't allow that.
Bottom line is, if you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation, because what's not to like? And he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics. He is as good a man as God ever created.
And I said to myself, you know, it's amazing. He doesn't seem like a very bright guy.
All them dumb, stupid.
No, I think it's a little bit different. Right now, I'm trying to do something to make the country great again.
So, as
Politicians will never make this country great again. Now,
As president, you would change your tone.
oh, I think so.
John Kelly, who, according to new CNN reporting, has said this of the president to friends of his, and I'm quoting him now: "The depths of his dishonesty is just astounding to me. The dishonesty, the transactional nature of every relationship, though it's more pathetic than anything else. He is the most flawed person I have ever met in my life."
But what do I know?
And before you, as was noted here, really having achieved greatness. I mean, I'm not just an overrated general. I am the greatest, the world's most overrated. So I would just tell you, too, that I'm honored to be considered that by Donald Trump, because he also called Meryl Streep an overrated actress. So I guess I'm the Meryl Streep of generals. And frankly, that sounds pretty good to me.
If Donald Trump cares to banner my party, I think it taints conservatism for generations to come.
While Graham publicly backed Trump, in private, he came to the conclusion that Giuliani's arguments were suitable for, quote, third grade.
And now a rebuttal from a third grader.
Shame on you, Lindsey Graham. These scurrilous accusations are an insult to all third graders everywhere. You'd have to be a complete moron to believe this proves any fraud.
This is fraud. This is absolute fraud.
But is that presidential?